Hi, my name's Kevin Vashi. I'm the Managing Director of Netcom Training. So Netcom Training was formed in 2011. We're a digital skills training provider. We've had a vast amount of experience, so 10 years of digital skills training. We are funded by the government, and it's to empower digital skills within people. Tech is moving on all the time, so it's about retraining people, upskilling people, and moving people into careers and achieving the learner's career aspiration. That's the key motivation for us.
What makes Netcom different from other training providers?
I think for us, it's not about the qualification, it's not about the learner achieving the qualification, it's about the learner achieving their career aspiration, moving the learners into work or upskilling them or even going the self-employed route. So whilst our curriculum is qualification led, it's more designed towards employers' needs. So we really tailor our curriculum, we monitor it, we're always analysing what the industry trends are, what do employers require. Once we've found that information, the market intelligence, we revise our curriculum based on what the employer needs are. So that's the key requirement for Netcom, and that's why we are different to other training providers, because it's not about the qualification, it's about the impact of that learner and their outcome.
How does Netcom support underrepresented communities?
We're really passionate about this, and we have a team that specialises in this and focuses on the underrepresented communities, and that's working with local community faith organisations. We work with local charities, we work with a number of various charities, and that's really to empower people. One of our key work that we do is in women in tech as well. So we understand there is a huge shortage of women in tech, so we work with a number of organisations that support the right people to do our courses. I think the key thing we do with underrepresented communities is we really support them with interview prep, so the employability support. We spend a lot of time with learners who face barriers, who don't have the confidence, who've not sat an interview for a very long time. So there's a various different cohorts of learners. So we have a big employability program, which is one-to-one support on interview techniques, how to do CV, your LinkedIn profile as well. So there's a number of things that we do to ensure that the learner builds confidence for that interview.
Okay, no, that sounds really, really helpful and really supportive. Kevin, no doubt you've got loads of success stories, but could you share one today with our viewers?
I think you're absolutely right. We've got lots of success stories, and all our learners are success stories themselves. But there are a couple that stand out. We had a lady called Fatima who joined our course. She wasn't able to work for several years due to caring responsibilities. She joined our data course. We supported her through employability support. We really supported her with her CV, her mock interviews. Spent a lot of time doing the mock interviews just to build her confidence up. And now she's successfully a data analyst for a leading tech company, so it's fantastic news. And when we hear that, that's what the passion of Netcom is, and that's what we celebrate. But again, this is a success story as well, being interviewed by a learner, and setting up all these cameras and everything, and I think that's a success story itself.
Been an absolute brilliant experience and a journey for myself and all my colleagues here. Yeah, thank you to Netcom actually. Moving in this fast environment, how do you guys keep your courses that are all up to date with the environment and the economy?
You're absolutely right. Tech moves so quickly. Our courses are reviewed every 3 months. So we look at the market trends, we see what's new happening. A lot of our traders from industry as well, so they're coming from industry, bringing a lot of industry expertise. But the one thing we really do is we really focus on employers. We see what skills employers need. Once we gain that knowledge, we revise our courses. For example now, courses are set with modules, and they're designed. But what we're very flexible to add new modules in, amend, revise modules. So if I just take an example of AI has become a big subject matter. Absolutely. So we're revising our courses to put some sort of AI modules in every course. So if you're a software tester, for example, and you're doing the software development course, it's how AI can assist with coding, whereas if you're doing a digital marketing course, how AI can assist with content development. So it's always looking at the market trend, looking at technology, and then also seeing where the employment is and what do employers need, what do businesses need, because we know once we train our learners on the skills, they've got a better chance of getting employment.
So, Kevin, what new projects have you guys got in the pipeline that are coming up?
with Netcom, we're always looking at new projects, new curriculum offering, and we look at what has been saturated in the market as well. So on a new, last year we partnered with Intel and we delivered an Intel AI program, and that was for the current workforce. Following on from that project, we're about to now deliver a new Intel AI courses, which is for the future workforce. So it's how AI can drive, the future workforce. So there's always up and coming, exciting projects. I mean, this project itself, working, with your likes of yourself, is an exciting project. We can see the difference. With the face-to-face learning, we can see, the teacher being really passionate about the course and the learners being really passionate as well. It's a new course, but we can see the industry demand for it as well. Next academic year, you'll see more courses coming up. You'll see more course delivery going on. Netcom is always working to look at the industry, and just on the back of that, we've just done a digital skills survey with the Chambers of Commerce, which is in the West Midlands. We've, lots of data's come back. We know what businesses need. Now our team are in the background now working on new curriculum offer based on what we've found on that survey.
We've actually been really fortunate, obviously being in the Midlands, and we've got access to this course. Will this course also be offered across the Midlands?
Absolutely. So look, it's my job to obviously show success stories to our funding organisations. So once we see a success of a course, we will mirror these courses around the UK, and that's our vision and that's our passion. We started with the West Midlands Combined Authority area. We worked with them very closely, and then we expanded, to other regions. So yeah, no, absolutely. And I think one of the key things for Netcom as well is we really listen to the learner. We understand people have got caring duties, parental duties, people at work. So our courses are really flexibly delivered. We do evening courses, we do weekend courses, we do morning courses. So it's catered for a lot of people, who have, responsibilities. We're talking to a lot of mums groups at the moment. We're looking at, we're exploring opportunities where we could probably form a little creche where, while the parents are training, there's a little creche for the children to play in. So we're looking at opportunities. We haven't set that up at the moment, but we are constantly looking at opportunities. But at the same time, if parents need to come to the training course, there is options for us to, fund their child's, activities or, their care.
What excites you, or what's exciting about the future of Netcom?
I think there's a lot. I mean, look, everything's exciting. Coming into work is exciting, but there's lots of exciting opportunities for Netcom, to provide our digital skills around the UK. So, reaching out to different regions, that's an exciting. But for me, it's the strong partnerships that we create with community faith organisations, with charities, for the underrepresented groups, and move them into work. That's one of our, key excitements. So for me, it's the excitement is really expanding Netcom's provision, looking at new technology, delivering the latest new trend courses, creating strong partnerships with large organisations, tech employers. If I give you an example, we've created a partnership with SCC, the Specialist Computer Centre. We're delivering at their facilities now, learners are moving into work, and that's what excites us.
How does Netcom impact the digital skills market in the UK?
I think for us, we're providing the workforce for the digital sector, and that's our key thing. We're training people up on the latest technology, the latest software, the latest applications, but we're also looking at the trends of each role. If I take, for instance, cybersecurity, which is one of our courses, we can see how the market's changing so much on cybersecurity. There's a huge demand now for pen testers and learners. We know that we need to change our curriculum to ensure that they have that pen testing skills. So, and it's also been about being inclusive in the tech sector as well, working with individuals who wouldn't have access to this sort of training, but also working with people who've been long-term unemployed, want to move into work, don't have the confidence, and that's what we're about, building that confidence up as well. But it's not just about the skills that we teach, for a job, it's also the soft skills that we teach as well, because we find working for an employer, you need them soft skills. So whilst we do our digital training, we do a lot of employability support, we do a lot of soft skills training, and what we're doing is we're just enhancing them to ensure that they're confident enough to sit an interview and thrive in their career. because that's what we want. We don't want, we want them to excel in their career, and that's what it is. And we're giving them the chance to join the digital sector. Yeah, I mean, look, for me, I think this is tremendous. This interview, I've sat many interviews. I mean, this is a very professional interview. It feels a bit weird being interviewed by your learner, but you've conducted really well. So I think your position has increased as well, just by doing this course. But just the way the set's been set up and everything, it's really professional. I think you guys have handled it really well as well, and it's a proud moment. It's a proud moment.
Oh, thank you so much. And to be honest, we've got to give the credit as well back to yourselves. We're all here to learn. Nirmal, the instructor, I think everybody's just kind of pulled together, and this is the results that we've got. So.
Absolutely. And do you know what? Just while you say that, I want to say thank you to the West Midlands Combined Authority, who have funded this course, based on Netcom's a business case to them. So, it's a joint venture, and I'm sure they will be proud of this as well. We work with businesses, we work with the sector, we work with tech organisations. We've got strong partnerships with the likes of Intel, Microsoft, Fujitsu. So, we can look at their roadmap. They share their roadmap with us as well, their technology roadmap. So we can see where, technology is moving to. But I think the key thing is, as well, is working with businesses. We've just released a digital skills survey where businesses have really fed that information back to us. But I think the key point for us is, the trainers, they are industry experts. They've worked in industry, they've worked in the industry that they're teaching in, so they can give a lot of insight as well. They know, they're keeping up to date themselves. And, finally, my background is actually IT as well, so, I have a strong input in curriculum. I think it's important to keep up to date with technology. Even now I try and keep up with technology. It's hard with my daytime job. But, so we have a lot of specialists in our organisations who are very tech savvy.
Do you have a message for any of your partners or your future partners?
Yeah, so the message to our employers, firstly, are that we have lots of learners who've got, lots of skills, gaining lots of skills, and they're looking for work. And Netcom do not charge a recruitment fee. We don't charge anything. We just want our learners to progress into good jobs. So if there is vacancies out there, please reach out to Netcom Training, and let's create that partnership and let's create a success story for that learner. If you are interested in partnering with Netcom, we love partnerships. SEC, Intel, some large organisations who've invested time with Netcom because they can see our vision, they can see our passion, and they can see the communities that we're trying to reach out to. So if you are interested in partnering with Netcom, please do reach out to myself.
Netcom has supported a lot of people gain confidence and into employment. If there's somebody at home sitting there thinking, what, can I do it, can I not do it? What message would you give to them?
I think for me, look, tech is scary. The way tech moves is very scary, and people get scared by that. And I think using the opportunity of Netcom courses, it could be a foot entry into a job, or a career in tech, or an opportunity to reskill. So for me, don't miss out on it. It's important. We're here to serve our community. We want our community to progress. We want our community to move into work. So don't be scared by tech, because you're surrounded by tech people, who understand it from a perspective of not knowing anything to knowing, quite a lot. So like yourself, you didn't know anything when you started the course, and look where you are now. So I think it's just a level of confidence I want to give out to people is don't be afraid of tech. To apply for a course, obviously there's various mediums to apply for the course. I think the quick and easiest way is to go to our website and apply at netcomtraining.co.uk. Once you apply, you'll be called by one of our friendly staff, who really know the subject matter, and very sympathetic and very caring at all times, listening to the learner's needs. And they will direct that learner to the right course, and ensuring that the learner's going to succeed, So they've gained a lot of knowledge about each course, what the course is about, where you can go to. So the staff are very knowledgeable about this as well, and our curriculum team at the back end, our trainers are very friendly, happy to support on one-to-one if someone is struggling with a particular subject matter as well, and we really encourage that as well. If you are sitting at home and you are interested in tech, let us help you. Let us help you retrain, get the right skills to develop your career aspiration. It doesn't have to be moving into work, it could be anything, but let us help you, because our impact and our outcome is when that learner achieves their career aspiration and their goal.
Okay, Kevin, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. Guys, thank you for watching.